is lay out these braces in such a way that they're sitting so they intersect with my pencil line. And each one's well, pretty much both about the same length. So I'm going to have one here, I'll have this one here, and I'll have this one here. And
Dad, do you know what that is?
yeah, that's Idly.
Dad, what is it?
It's hi-fi. It's an old radio, but it doesn't work anymore.
It looks like a big box full of a battery collection.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? Okay, so all the benches have a little saw. There's different little saws that you can use. The fake rosewood handled ones are pretty good. James, you got two. And then you've got a real rosewood handled saw at your bench, and then the one in between is the fake rosewood handled one. So grab the fake rosewood handled one. And what I'll do is I'll line it up with the square like this. And I'll actually take my saw and I'll trim down that spot there. Then I'll put this back, have it nice and square. And I'll take the square and I'll put it over here. And if you want to try to be ambidextrous, you can, or if you just want to switch hands, go like so. And we'll do all of them like this. This is why I like to have my braces more than 1/4 of an inch wide, because I've got my 1/4 inch chisel. And what I can do, all your fingers behind the blade, don't have your hands like this. I can just carefully and gently pop that out. And I can feel the glue is still a little soft, but it's fairly dry, so I'm not really concerned about anything bad happening. And I know some luthiers will notch out the braces, but I think the braces are more important than the center seam reinforcement strip is, so I'll notch out the reinforcement strip instead. So this guy will go there, and this guy's going to go, oh, that's the wrong brace, that guy goes there, that's better. This one will go here. So again, cut that out, put this in place like so. I'm going to give you two tasks right now. The first one is notching it out. So these fit in nicely. This one fits better than the other one. This one's nice and tight. And so it looks clean. It looks like it's almost like the same material, you know? And this one, I'll pull it a little closer just so it's nice and smooth when it's glued. But that'll look pretty good when you look inside the sound hole. But now the next thing I want to do is grab a ruler and mark out my center line. So here's a nice aluminum stick right here. So, and the actual ruler, or the actual brace, I mean, well, you take the ruler and it's 11 and 1/8, so that's 5 1/2 and 1/16. That's my middle. And then this guy is 10 1/8, so 5 1/16. And then I'll do the same notching on the lower bout braces. And so this is 14 1/2, so that's 7 1/4. And this one is 14 1/2, 7 1/4. That's my center point. Next thing I'll do is have them centered nicely on my center strip, where they belong, where they'll actually be sitting on the guitar in real life. And so then what I'll do is I'll mark out a nice distance from the edge of the guitar inwards. And where's my calipers? Here we go. So I'll take the calipers, and in my lower bout I'll mark out maybe 2.5 inches from the perimeter that's drawn on. So right there, so 2.5, 2.5. This one, 2.5 would be almost in the middle. So I'll go just 2 inches in the upper bout. 2 inches there, 2 inches there, 2 inches there, 2 inches there, back to 2.5. That's that guy. 2.5. There's that guy. So now I've got the distance from the ends that I'm going to want to scoop down. And there's different ways of scooping down. One way you can scoop is by putting your brace in the vise, and you can scoop with the chisel. And it looks pretty. It's romantic. Everybody says, "Oh, it's so nice. He's using hand tools. He's such a craftsman." And I'll pause there for a second, and I'm going to grab a piece of kerfing just to use as a reference. This kerfing is going to be on the inside of the guitar. We're going to tie the brace into the kerfing. Tying it, not really tying it, but it'll be sort of notched away and it'll be inside there. Now, right now, if I have the bottom flush, it's sitting about like so. That's a pretty tall brace at this point. I like to take it down so it's a little bit thinner. So somewhere around 1/4 of an inch or 200,000ths of an inch is a good height. Or even 180. 180 is great. 160 is maybe a little low, but it's okay. 150 is getting thin. 125, that's pretty thin, but it'll work. Under 125, that's causing trouble. So if you go for 180 or 200,000, somewhere in that range, it's good. So what you can do, is you can take your calipers. I'll set mine to say 190, 191. There we go. And I'm gonna mark a little line on each one here. So I'll take my calipers, and running on the radius bottom, I'm etching a line in each side. And so I can see it more easily now, what I'll do is just put the pencil line inside there. Is it this side? No, it's over here. Where did it go? No, I did it. Oh, this side. Is it the other side? See one here. And Sons of Pioneers. So, I've got the marks on the tops of these braces where I want to sand to, and in this case, this one I've chiseled. So you can, at home you can chisel it, but because we're trying to speed it up, I'll go over here to the sanding machine. And this drum sander's got a nice radius for this, so what we can either do is just hold it, make sure you have the correct side, like the radius side up in this case.